What's up, guys? It's Dr. Chad from the Wellness Point. It's getting late, but I just had a thought on my mind, and not a thought, there was a person that came in and told me something, and I wanted to share it with you. So whatever that is, a testimony, a share. But she said it, and it just warmed my heart, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And she said, I've been coming here for about a year, and I used to struggle with some things, and I'm getting over those things, and I feel like I'm starting to compound health over time. And I've been sitting watching your PowerPoint each time I come in, and I'm just starting to think a little differently. And I think this year, I'm just not going to get the flu vaccine. And as a guy who talks about thoughts, traumas, and toxins and subluxation all day long, not putting a toxin inside your body, they're removing that toxin. I didn't even know she did this year in and year out. She's just not going to, it just warms my heart. And I didn't know she was for it or against it. I'm not anti-anything, I'm just really pro-common sense. And the fact that people actually listen to me, and I show up in a t-shirt and jeans, it just warms my heart. So I wanted to share that with you guys. But just on a little bit more of a serious note here, and why I am so adamant about these things, just constantly talking to you about them. 100 years ago, back in 1918, was the world's worst flu epidemic. It affected almost 500 million people worldwide, 20 to 50 million people. I just broke my pen and threw it on the table. 20 to 50 million people actually died. And I just want to read you some stats here. Well, actually, before I sit down and read you the stats, I want to just kind of give you just a little background story on where this is going. So back in 1895, remember the flu epidemic was in 1918. 1895, 23 years before that, was the first chiropractic adjustment. A guy, he wasn't born deaf. He over time he became deaf. He was deaf for 17 years. He got adjusted. His hearing was restored. The guy that did the adjustment, his name was D.D. Palmer. D.D. Palmer, 2 years later, started at Palmer School of Chiropractic. And every year they kind of had a little bit of a convention where they would invite people from around the area. What is this chiropractic thing? What's going on? To help, you know, that's where the profession started, and it started to grow from there. That was in Davenport, Iowa. 1918 was the flu epidemic. That was 21 years later. In the city of Davenport, Iowa, 50 medical doctors treated 4,953 cases of the flu with 274 deaths. In the same city, 150 chiropractors, including students and faculty of Palmer School of Chiropractic, treated 1,635 cases with only 1 death. So if you guys are listening, you got a piece of paper, you can write this down. Medical doctors, almost 5,000 cases, 274 people died. People that were chiropractors, they laid hands on them, they adjusted them, 1,635 cases, there was only 1 death. In the whole state of Iowa, right, there was medical doctors that treated 93,590 patients, 93,590 patients with 6,116 deaths. That's a loss of one person, 1 out of every 15 people die. In the same state, excluding the city of Davenport, 4,735 patients were treated by chiropractors with a loss of only 6 cases. That's 1 patient out of 789 people. 1 person out of 789 people versus 1 out of 15 in the entire state. Chiropractic didn't grow that huge to be in all 50 states, and we weren't licensed, and we were in a fight with medical doctors during that time, so it was hard for us to get outside of that state, you know, for a while. So in 1919, they had a convention every single year that talked about chiropractic. In 1919, so a couple hundred people would show up to these conventions from around the state. In 1919, there was tens of hundreds of thousands of people that showed up at Palmer College of Chiropractic, lining the streets, and they did not show up because of neck pain, back pain, headaches, and a little bit of sciatica. They did not show up because of that. So it's just a great story, and I could just imagine those guys, D.D. Palmer, and those guys saying, "Hey, what should we put as like the tagline for that? Should we say how, you know, the chiropractic adjustment restores function to the nervous system, which helps the immune system kill the flu virus?" And they're like, no. Let's say chiropractic cures the flu. That'll piss off every single medical doctor in the world. And I'm sure that's what they did. And, you know, I just appreciate you guys coming once every week, some of you guys take what I say seriously, some of you guys don't. But for those that do, hit the like button, hit the share button. You can comment below. And I just see 10, 15 years from now, Saturday morning, cars are driving by, traffic is stopped, there's cops outside, trying to get cars to come in and out because we're so busy. And everybody in Elkhorn is going, what in the world is happening at the Wellness Point, Elkhorn, Wisconsin? There can't be that many people that are showing up there for neck pain, back pain, and headaches. There's no way. So, that's your thought for today, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.